All right, let's get started. We've arrived at the prison where the villagers are being arrested. Mikey and I have to find out why they're all being put in jail.
The line is really long. Most likely the villagers did something terrible, or I can't even figure out what all this is about.
Our job is to ask the police. They definitely have to explain everything to us because too many villagers are going to jail. Officer, what's going on here? Why are all these villagers being put in jail?
Haven't you heard Mikey and JJ? The villagers destroyed the entire village. So we caught them all and now we're going to put them in jail.
Wow, I can't even believe that the villagers would destroy their own village. It all looks really suspicious.
I also think it's kind of strange. Maybe one of the villagers can tell us and explain, because there really are a lot of them here. JJ, we have to somehow influence all this and somehow help the villagers. What if they are not guilty at all, and then this will be a huge mistake? We must try to do everything possible to win this battle, because officers often do rash things.
You are absolutely right here, Mikey. If the villagers were imprisoned for something they did not do, then we will need to really try to save them and make sure they are released. Everything else is not important. Okay, we will begin our investigation and only then will we draw any conclusions. Everything will need to be searched and examined here. Maybe talk to someone else.
This will really be a long mission. That's why we need to prepare as best as possible so that there are not so many problems. It seems to me that the villagers are not very happy and do not want to engage in dialogue. That's why it will be best if we go look for evidence in the village. It is destroyed.
That's a really good plan, because the villagers could have left evidence against them there. They'll tell us much more than just their words. They could lie to us. We really need to check a lot of things and only then understand who's really right and who's wrong. What if everything isn't as they tell us?
The most important thing is to just not communicate with those villagers too much. They might really think we're trying to prove them wrong, but we want to figure out the situation.
In this place, we really may not get any information at all. That's why we need to run to the village. Everything will definitely be clear there.
I completely agree with you on this. The villagers are really aggressive towards everyone. That's why we need to go to the site of the destroyed village.
Perhaps this will just be a waste of time, but for some reason it seems to me that all this is not for nothing. We must solve all the problems here and now. That's the most important thing.
Okay, let's go to the village as quickly as possible. Just look, it's actually still burning.
There's something about this story that I really don't like. It feels like they were deliberately set up and decided to destroy all the villagers in the village, because no one does that on a massive scale.
Yes, that's a really good option. But in any case, we can't rule everything out. We'll have to check it all out somehow.
But it really does look real. Apparently, someone really did attack the village and tried to burn it down. But I'm not saying that it wasn't the villagers for sure.
There's a lot of coal, hay, bones here. That shouldn't be there when setting fires. It's as if they just brought it all here to create the effect of destruction.
We should try to find some other things that seem strange to us. Maybe this way we'll be able to find out who did all this and punish them.
Yes, we can try to find it, of course, but that could cause much bigger problems. We could end up where we shouldn't.
We have already decided that we will investigate this incident. If the villagers are not guilty, then we will be able to save many people, and this will already be a victory for us.
I more than agree with you on this. That is why we must see this through to the end and resolve everything here and now. This is the most important thing.
But we did not see anything suspicious. Apparently, the villagers are indeed guilty of all this. They destroyed their village for some reason, but why would they need it?
JJ, just look at this. There really are some strange tracks here. We have to follow them and check them out.
Yes, it does look strange. Considering that the prison is on the other side, these tracks go deep into the forest. Maybe we'll be able to find something.
It seems to me that we've stumbled upon tracks of bandits. There were probably a lot of them, and we need to act carefully.
That's really true. The sooner we can prove what happened here, the sooner we can decide the fate of all the villagers. I'm sure that something strange happened here, and blaming the villagers is just not worth it. Apparently, someone could have done something terrible to them.
Yes, this is their house, and they are burning it down for some reason. It looks really strange. Meanwhile, the tracks lead us much deeper into the forest. I don't like this at all, JJ.
That's true. The path is really long. Maybe some of the bad villagers ran away here and we'll find them now. It will be interesting.
It seems to me that everything is much simpler than we think here. We'll get somewhere soon, and then we'll draw conclusions about what they're doing with the villagers here. Personally, I'll be interested.
Mikey, there really was someone's camp here. Apparently, someone ran away from the village, but for what purpose? Apparently, he didn't want to fall into the hands of the police.
There are a lot of weapons and all sorts of things here. There's even a book here. Maybe there are some notes in it? Then we'd have a lot more options about who it is and why he needs it. I think it's interesting.
You're really right. There is a book here. Maybe someone was writing down what was going on. We need to gather information from here. Okay, apparently we need to read this book. There's not even that much text here. Wait, that changes everything. Someone wanted us to catch all the villagers.
Wait, but who needs this and for what purpose? I don't understand at all. Apparently someone decided to do something bad and took advantage of us?
Apparently this was the first part of the plan, so that we would put all the villagers in prison. The second part of the plan is on another page. Oh no, Mikey, it's all the pillagers. They destroyed the village and framed the villagers, but now they want to attack the prison and kidnap them all.
Really? We've been following the pillagers' trail all this time? Apparently this was their camp, from where they attacked the village, but most likely our prison. If they want to kidnap all the villagers, then we must hurry and really catch them all. They deserve to be punished, and I hope that we can show this in action.
The biggest problem is that they want to attack the prison, but we have no weapons to fight. What are we going to do, Mikey? What if we lose to them?
That's what I wanted to ask you. It seems like we both started investigating. We had to prepare for the fact that they would want to destroy us. That's the most important thing.
I think we should try to save the villagers. We have to fight the pillagers and show that we're not afraid of them.
Apparently, that's really the best option. There shouldn't be any problems. Our only task is to win this battle. We shouldn't even give the villagers a chance to be kidnapped. We'll have to bring them all back to the village and help them rebuild it. That's the right thing to do.
I completely agree with you. That's why the fear that we don't have weapons should disappear altogether. They're not our opponents. We're much stronger, and our task is to really destroy everyone. Moreover, the police won't let them take all the villagers without a fight. Our task is to at least make it in time so that everything doesn't end quickly. Then we'll definitely be able to save everyone.
Let's hurry as fast as we can, because we don't have much time. They should have attacked right now. This is their best chance.
Mikey, we need to be careful too. This could all be a trap, and they could be luring us too. They've already fooled the police and the villagers, even us, so they might try again.
Oh no, the prison and the police seem to have been destroyed. They were able to carry out their plan and kidnap the villagers after all.
The cars are destroyed. The villagers are gone. It seems we really were too late. They were able to carry out their plan and without any problems at all.
Of course, it's possible that someone could have remained inside, but I don't think that's the case. It seems they were able to destroy all the police.
The whole big problem is that we were able to guess their real goals so late. This upsets me the most. We could have stopped all this if we had thought with our heads.
We couldn't have known what our enemies were planning. Reading them would also be a mistake. We could lose a lot of time or not find the truth at all.
If that's really the case, then it will be really fun. We have to figure out all the problems here and now and see it through to the end. That's our goal. The faster we can find out the truth, the faster we can save the villagers. They definitely need our help right now.
But in order to save them, we'll really need weapons, armor, equipment, at least something that will help destroy the pillagers. There really are a lot of them, and the biggest problem is that there are two of us, because we might not have enough strength at the moment. But I hope we can find a cool weapon.
Yes, all the cages are broken and the villagers are gone. There must have been a lot of pillagers since they defeated the police so easily.
In any case, we need to search everything here and try to find things that will help us in the fight against them. We're going to do that, right?
I really hope we can catch up with them, but we need to look around for a couple more minutes. Maybe we can find someone who will tell us everything.
I don't think there could be anyone in these rubble. Most likely he could hide somewhere, but everything here is already destroyed. Let's try.
This is all suspicious. Their plan went really well. Apparently they were waiting for us to find out their plan, but we just didn't make it in time for this battle.
Okay, JJ, let's split up and search every corner of this prison. We're bound to find something.
Okay, but don't go too far. If you find anything, call me right away.
Yeah, we agreed. There was a warehouse in one of the bays. There might be something left.
And I'll try to check the security cameras. Maybe there's at least one working one left. Then we might be able to see where they took them.
Great idea. But I think the cameras are broken. Maybe we can find a radio? Maybe we can contact someone?
Everything here is destroyed. The cameras are broken, the wires are torn out. They must have known that we might be looking for evidence.
This just confirms that they planned everything carefully.
Yeah, which means they have another base where they took everyone.
Do you think they went far?
I'm not sure, but they definitely had transport. The tire tracks lead towards the dark forest.
Then we have a direction. But we can't go there without preparation.
I completely agree. We need weapons, armor, everything we can find.
I saw the guard room. They used to keep special equipment there. Maybe something survived there?
Let's go there right now. If there's anything there, this is our chance.
Our task now is to collect as many weapons and armor as possible so that we can defeat the pillagers. There is definitely no need to rush.
Agreed! Let's go to the security room. They definitely have some kind of weapon that will help us destroy our enemies. This will be our #1 target.
We are allowed to enter, and I don't think the police would refuse. We need to act quickly to catch up with them as quickly as possible and punish each one. Here, look, a couple of bulletproof vests, batons, and 1 machine gun. Not much ammo, but better than nothing.
Take everything. Look for radios, first aid kits, everything will come in handy.
Found a map! Looks like one of the guards managed to mark the direction they were taken. Then that's our way. We'll head there as soon as we collect everything we need.
We still need more weapons. We won't last long with these supplies.
Maybe we'll find some along the way, or we'll take them from the pillagers in battle.
It's risky, but we have no choice. We can't abandon the villagers.
They're counting on us. We have to stop this madness.
We'll find the camp, get everyone out, and fight.
And if we're lucky, we'll destroy their base completely, so that no one else suffers.
Most likely, they really did get into the prison through the mine. We need to scout it out first, and then think.
We'll definitely be able to get to their camp very quickly and easily. The most important thing is to not give up our positions and fight to the very end. We'll show them that it was a big mistake to attack us. We're much stronger than any monsters, and especially the pillagers. We can save everyone.
Mikey has a good attitude. That's why I should be the same. We'll definitely win if we meet our enemies, but first we just need to find them. But it's good that at least there are traces. We can always catch up with them and punish them. It's only a matter of time until we have a real fight with them.
We need to be very careful so that they don't set a trap for us. Because knowing the pillagers, anything is possible.
It's really true. We must be ready for every fight that happens. That's why there won't be any problems, and we'll be able to show a really good level.
But they hid well. Most likely their base is far from the prison, and they came in small groups. It was so difficult to catch them.
Be ready to start a fight with them at any moment, because they definitely won't wait. That's why we have to be ready for anything. Oh, friends, we finally found them. This is their pillager base. There are a lot of them here.
Yes, it may be scary, but I think we can win. Our tactics are very simple. I will climb a tree and destroy them from the tree. You run and destroy them on the ground.
Again, all the hard work for me. But okay, I agree. Especially since I want to destroy each of them. That's why I need to fight them face to face.
Just remember that we must finish the job and save all the villagers. We definitely must not lose here and do everything possible that depends on us.
Everything will be fine. The pillagers are no longer our enemies. After all, we have received everything we need to destroy them. We really have a lot of weapons.
Okay, then let's get started. Our task is to destroy them all and save the villagers, so we won't have much time for this.
I understand you, Mikey, and I fully support you. Now we must destroy them all and show that we are really much stronger. This is our goal. Each of us must do everything possible for our victory. Only then will we be able to do at least something and really bring the matter to the very end.
The most important thing is not to let them surround you. Then we will really be able to quickly defeat and destroy them. They are not particularly strong. There are just a lot of them.
I think you are absolutely right. Our task is to continue this fight and do everything possible to win. The villagers believe in us, and our task is simply to get there and bring them home.
They'll give up pretty quickly once they realize that we have a big difference in strength. This is really important.
Just keep destroying them. The villagers are waiting for us, and they're hoping that we can save them. That's all we have to do.
I fully support you. We'll definitely handle this, and we'll be able to see it through to the end. Then we'll celebrate the victory, because everything has been decided.
Of course, if we'd known about all this from the start, it could have been prevented. But you see, you and I were real detectives. We have to be careful with this crowd. It's running after me, and I have to keep my distance. Otherwise, they'll be able to destroy me, and I'll lose.
You have to understand that it's not that easy. We have to see it through to the very end and save the villagers. So you'll have to run around and destroy these pillagers a little longer. In any case, sooner or later we'll win this battle. You just need to do everything possible to make sure that this goal is actually achieved.
There is almost no one left here. We can already say that we have won. It was really hard, but we did it. We were able to destroy all the pillagers. We were able to solve this case and, most importantly, stop these kidnappings and acquit the villagers.
Apparently, all the villagers are here. That is why we need to go in and take them back to the village. They do not deserve to be here, and our goal is to save them once and for all.
Villagers, we finally found out everything, and it is not your fault that the village was attacked. We destroyed all the pillagers, and we need to start rebuilding the village.
You are all free now and can do whatever you want. We will tell the police what happened here and show all the evidence. So live a peaceful life.
We just had an incredibly cool time, and we're able to save everyone. We can definitely be proud of ourselves. That's why we need to go celebrate our victory immediately. That's why, friends, we'll say goodbye to you. See you very soon. Bye, everyone.